Hey guys, Professor, I'm over here. Hey guys, Professor Bell, Comic Book University, and the Gifted episode 6. Oh wow, got your 6, which means got your back. In case anybody didn't know that from military talk, got your 6 like your 6 o'clock. It's behind you. You're always facing your 12 o'clock. Anyway, it's late. I'm tired. Just finally got finished watching this thing, and man, you know what? I'm discovering. I don't watch a lot of TV shows. All right, I just don't. But when I watch this TV show, so I'm going to put me back to my original view. When I watch this TV show, it's an hour long, and I think to myself, didn't feel like an hour. Didn't feel like an hour. That's a good sign. I think that I'm so engrossed in this thing for an entire hour. Next now, morning. For you, maybe. Oh, technically it is morning. But I think to myself, like, this show, it's beautiful, man. Like, it flows so perfectly. Every single scene, everything, the transition is just super fluid. All right, it's something from chemistry, a super fluid. It'll actually defy gravity and go up walls. So it's shocking to me how good this TV show is. We start off with my favorite character in here, John Proudstar, and John is he's a Afghanistan vet. His father is a Iraq War vet, and what do you call it? There's this one guy who's there. I don't think this other guy's a mutant, but he's missing his right leg from war, fellow vet. Some dude shows up. It's like, 715. You mean the day that you mutants attacked this country? They're citizens of the country too. Hi. And just that's something that's always been great about the X-Men. Ever since issue number 1, it's always been the idea that they don't like us, and we have to look out for our own. Oh, John Hodges raving us up, everybody. So the X-Men have always been like that. And this show, guys, I haven't seen the movies. I haven't seen any of the Fox movies present that as well as this TV show. Every single episode, they give you something that reminds you they're not one of them. You're not accepted. You're not welcome. You remember... what was that movie? American Nightmare? I don't remember what it is. Edward Norton, he was playing that kid who was a Nazi, he had the big Nazi thing on him, and his mom was dating his teacher, and they were having dinner, and they're going back and forth, blah, 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 and finally he just, he can't reason with this teacher anymore, this Jewish teacher anymore. So what does he do? He takes off his shirt, shows his gigantic Nazi swastika across his chest. Look like Master Man, one of Captain America's enemies. And he says, American History X, thank you, John Hodges. And he says, you see this? You know what this means? It means not welcome. Yeah. It's like you lost the conversation. All of it. You completely lost the conversation, but you feel like you won because you're going to take it that step further. And why is it that it's always somebody in a pickup truck? The guy with that little pipe bomb? Why is it always somebody in a pickup truck, man? I don't know, man. I think like all the mutant powers in the world don't add up to somebody in a pickup truck. It's like you remember from the comic books, the mutant nullifiers? The pickup truck is the mutant nullifier. So they were coming after him back at, Lauren and Andy's mom in the previous episode. 2 or 3 pickup trucks pull up. So, oh my God, what are we going to do? There's pickup trucks. Sentinel Service is coming. We're not worried about them. Sir, they've upgraded to pickup trucks. Dear God. Absolutely fantastic. I like that Andy had to go out on his own. I'm glad that he and Lauren don't have the necessity to like touch to make their powers work, like the Fenris twins. You can check out Fenris, explained in a minute below in the description. But I mean, I like the idea they can still operate on their own, but they are clearly more powerful together. But this was great, seeing another mutant show up, and particularly one who uses, illusion. The only other time I could think of someone who actually uses illusion would be, not Mesmero. Oh, for crying out loud. You see how late it is? I know his name. Mastermind. There we go. He went after, he was the main reason, for multiple reasons, but the main reason why Phoenix wound up turning dark, joining the Hellfire Club and whatnot. Just, wow, man, this cat. So we finally get to see somebody with illusion powers. I think that's great. And the dude's got to have a really great memory to be able to just, here's a picture of this and a picture of that and a picture of that, and I'm going to make these things happen. That was really cool. I like that. It's like you have a choice to go after the truck this way, or you can go after the truck this way. But there's no truck going this way. But that's actually where the truck is. I love that. That was great. Very different from the very specific invisibility powers that other, the bar owner and transporter, the mule, basically, was able to do. The illusion power, there's just so much more you can do with it, and I'm really hoping that they stick with him. I want him to get a code name and all that good stuff. I want him to actually stick around and stay, because illusion powers, I mean, you could for the most part do anything. And of course, I like the idea that he was being silly with it. He's like, oh, I'm going to turn this into a bouquet of flowers. And I'm sure that he also stood over here to the left someplace and made an illusory duplicate of himself there, so that when she threw the bouquet of flowers that's actually a freaking saw blade or whatever, then it would miss him. He'd be like, aha, because what else is he going to do? Make an illusion of a shield? Are you going to disguise the illusion of all the blood pouring out of you also? So, you got to be careful with that power, but for the most part, as long as they believe it, you can do anything. I love that. I really hope they stick with this character and have him stay in a little bit longer. When not Sunspot was absorbing all the ambient energy in the cab of in the trailer of the truck, so that it's too dark to see back there, that was awesome. And I can't help but to think, why didn't they just make him Sunspot? Why not just make him DaCosta, man? Roberto DaCosta, Sunspot, for crying out loud. Just give it to us, man. Maybe the movie, because I think he's gonna, I don't know, whatever. Maybe the movie was like, no, don't use him. Which, by the way, guys, I can't help but to point out, did anybody else see the amazing, stupendous news that Marvel, Disney specifically, might be buying portions of Fox, namely their movie division? So, look, even if it's just a rumor of a rumor, my heart is fluttering, just because that means that we can have our Fantastic Four and X-Men back over in Marvel. The movies will actually be done right. I was just talking to Dave from Nerdarchy recently. He's like, yeah, the movies will finally be done right. That's stupendous news. That, to me, that's the biggest thing. I really thought about just jumping on live to have a conversation with that, though. Yes, Mastermind is a total creep. And Raven actually asked about that earlier. Yeah, I gave you my opinion. I think that would be absolutely fantastic. Did anybody see Ryan Reynolds' tweet? He made a tweet where he says, hey, something to the effect of, what the fudge is going to happen if Disney buys Fox? What will happen to Deadpool? What the fudge will happen to Deadpool? So the implication there was he'd have to say fudge instead of other F words. So yeah, maybe. That's not necessarily true, but we'll see. In the meantime, this episode was great. This was great. It was so fluid. It was so seamless. Just from the beginning to the end. And just, man, Fox is doing something great with the X-Men and with the TV show on their Fox channel. That's unheard of. You'd think it's going to be like Firefly, where it just disappears or something. Here's the thing. If Disney does buy Fox, that portion of it, I really do hope that they stick with this and they hire the same writers over and everything, because seriously, this is good. This is genuinely good. And we finally got something with Proud Star. Having Thunderbird in this is just perfect for me, Seeing Polaris and understanding why she's flipping out a little bit, it's a bit much. She's my favorite mutant to look at. But Polaris explained in a minute below, Comic Book University. But yeah, I understand why she's flipping out, because she was captured and all that crap that she had to go through. The chances she might have actually lost her baby when that one prisoner kicked her in the belly. Absolutely, totally feel for her. You get it. And unfortunately, that is what a lot of the mutants have done. Are they going to give her a schizophrenic type attitude or something to that effect, because she had to deal with so much, because she had to deal with that torture, a little bit of PTSD of her own. I don't know, but I'm so engrossed. I can't wait to see more. They have taken a huge risk on here, because they're always talking about, in the comments, you guys are always talking about how you love Laura so much, Laura Strucker, you know? So them giving her a potential boyfriend, it's going to piss a lot of you guys off, huh? And I can't blame you. Can't blame you. But yeah, this show just, wow. Absolutely love this show. Deadpool Avenger, no. No, absolutely not. Anyway, guys, that's all I got. So I don't see any more questions. I'm going to get ready to bug out of here. Guys, yeah. I will see you. Oh, we got one more episode of the Inhumans coming up, and then it's going to, I believe it's supposed to immediately jump into Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I'm not sure, though. I don't watch standard TV, so I'll have to actually check on that. Anyway, guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.